Well, government officials, scientists and environmental experts are gathering in Egypt for the annual UN Climate Change Summit.
COP27, as it is known, starts Sunday in the Red Sea resort town of Sharm El-Sheikh. Now, the push is on to reduce emissions in the face of rising global temperatures and extreme weather events.
The discussions and the deal-making are never easy and will be even harder given the war in Ukraine and the rising cost of living. But more delays might prove disastrous, as CNA's Julie Yu explained.
From the Big Bang and the start of our solar system to the eventual birth of Earth 4.6 billion years ago, it's hard to wrap your head around time, even when it's broken down into eons and eras, periods and epochs. But imagine it as a 24-hour clock, Earth's dramatic formation and early days, the origin of microscopic life, and from there, rapid stages of evolution. Algae to seaweed to jellyfish to trilobites to the eventual proliferation of plants and animals. Then more recently, the long reign of the dinosaurs brought to a spectacular end when an asteroid slammed into the Earth. The latest of 5 mass extinction events on the planet that has weathered periods of extreme warming and extreme cooling. And so here we are in our 24-hour clock. Basically, our existence began at minutes to midnight. Now, the worry is our time may soon be up. Many scientists argue we are at a tipping point, with rising temperatures melting ice caps and carbon-rich permafrost, changing ocean currents and killing off coral. And so the urgency only grows heading into the UN Climate Change Conference in Sharm El-Sheikh, Egypt, known as COP27 this year. The delegates must try to build on the progress made at last year's COP26. A lot of attention will be on the promises that came out of the talks in Glasgow, Scotland. A declaration by 145 nations to halt and reverse forest loss and land degradation by 2030. A pledge by more than 100 countries to cut methane emissions by 30% by 2030. And a vow by hundreds of financial firms controlling more than $130 trillion in capital to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. The other topics in the spotlight include scaling up support for adaptation, addressing loss and damage due to extreme weather, and to that end, developed nations honoring a vow to set aside $100 billion annually in climate finance to support developing countries. The strengthening national climate targets and moving away from fossil fuels while cementing the transition to clean energy, among the toughest nuts to crack. The expectations for COP27 remain high, but there is always a sense of skepticism heading into these meetings. Can nearly 200 nations come together to do what's right for one single planet? Can we stop the 6th mass extinction event that's believed to be underway? Well, is there a time for more talk when many say concerted action is long overdue? The CNA team and I will be looking for answers in Sharm El-Sheikh, Egypt next week.